Alright, so this is the new Subaru WRX Type RA, the STI Type RA, and we're here at Thermal Motorsports. Mark Higgins is going to do a sighting lap so we can see the track first, and then I'm going to get 3 laps in this vehicle. So what's the point of the Type RA? RA stands for record attempt. There's not a big horsepower gain here. You're going to hear that a little bit as they track chatter. RA stands for record attempt. They recently attempted to set a ring lap, which they did for a 4-door vehicle, I believe. It was sub 7 minutes, 6:57. And since 1992, there have been 10 Type RA cars, 10 Type RA WRXs, I believe. This is the 30th anniversary of STI, and they're bringing the Type RA to the US for the first time, and it's pretty cool. It's expensive. This thing is $49,000, so hopefully it's good out here. I can tell you I've driven it on the road, and right away you can already tell the difference. The nose is more eager to turn in. This just feels like a more focused vehicle. And that's due for a lot of reasons. We have the CFRP, carbon fiber reinforced plastic wing out back. It's dry carbon. The roof is carbon. This has Bilstein's, which is the first STI to get that in the US. They've done it in Japan a bit. Lightweight forged 19-inch wheels, engine bracing, underbody spoilers.
You can follow Mark out as soon as he goes past.
The brake calipers, instead of being the
Okay guys, you can hear me. Nice and careful over the pits, and then this first left-hander when you're doing a flying lap, just be a little bit careful, because as soon as you come around it, you want to be thinking about braking fairly hard down into second gear for this tight left. Get in early, the cone on the inside is your apex, and then start to open the steering as soon as you can with full throttle.
So this is Mark Higgins, you know, that Mark Higgins, telling us how to take this track.
You can stay fourth all the way down, and then at the end, just braking into third. So now we're going to get staged, and then they're going to release us one at a time to space us out a little bit. Okay, car 1 can continue on through. Yep, keep on going, and car 2 is going to stop.
So.
Okay, car 2 can go.
Here we go. Camera's right where I'd want to look to turn in, which is, you know, ideal on a racetrack. These tires sound good. So the BRZ TS gets the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which is nice. Those are great tires. This gets Advance, and I really wish this had the Michelins. Flip the throttle. This feels tighter and more focused than past STIs. There's no question about it. I just love that it doesn't, like the nose on the older cars plowed a little bit. You could always correct it with some throttle. Here, it wants to dive into the corners more eagerly. And then the steering is really nicely weighted. Throttle response is great. That engine sounds good. Yeah, it's an aging engine that people are gonna, talk about why it doesn't have a 2-liter in there and making way more power. Sorry, just trying not to crash here. So what they did to get the 5 horsepower is freed up the intake a little bit, freed up the exhaust a little bit. They also went a little bit overboard on the engine itself by doing sodium-filled valves, which helps get rid of heat. This thing feels great out here. Felt really good on the canyon road too. You really feel confident driving this thing and pushing it hard. Pedals are set up nicely to heel toe it properly and just chuck it in there. You can just drive it out of the corner with tons of power. Yeah, it's expensive. It's definitely expensive. Is it $12,000 better than a regular STI? It's clearly better than a stock STI. There's more car here, even though it's only 5 horsepower.
Please pull your brakes on the in-lap, please. Steady lap on the way in, thanks guys.
There's more car here, and it's because of the improvements to the chassis with the Bilstein dampers and the efforts to lightweight. They dropped 68 pounds over the STI, and that does make a difference, especially when a lot of that weight is dropped over your head.
So with all of these changes, does it make sense that Subaru can charge $50,000 for an STI? Well, the automaker's lucky here because they only need 500 people to raise their hands and say yes. And once they do, they can choose from one of 3 colors: black, white, or blue. And all 500 will be sold. There's no question about it. The big question is it worth it? Is the Type RA worthy of someone's $50,000 of cash? In short, I think yes, it is, because some of these changes won't be realized by the aftermarket. You're not going to pay someone to cut off your steel roof and weld in a carbon fiber one to lower your center of gravity and your weight by a little bit. You're not going to swap in sodium-filled valves. Yes, you can go to someone like Cobb and get much more horsepower for less, but you're not going to get the chassis tuning and the extra expertise and the warranty goodness that comes with everything that Subaru is offering here. Sure, I'd love to see more horsepower, but what we have instead is a well-built homage to a record-breaking Nürburgring car produced in limited quantities for Subaru's loyalist fans. And hopefully this portends what is in store for the future of the next generation of STI. If it drives as good as this one, then we're all in for a treat down the road.
Went a little bit overboard on the engine itself by doing sodium-filled valves, which helps get rid of heat. And I just felt my microphone drop under my foot, which is not where you want anything to be in a car. So that's fun. That's fun on a racetrack.